Let's go over an update for the future of the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, yesterday was a big day. As many of you already know, a majority of you guys out there saw the story by Collider going over how the anthology films are currently on hold, one of which including the Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars movie. And this is all to primarily focus on Star Wars Episode 9 and what the next Star Wars trilogy will be. Now, in my last couple of other videos, we also went over how MakingStarWars.net went over how the next trilogy is going to start with the D&D trilogy before Rian Johnson's. They are the creators of Game of Thrones, etc. However, recently Lucasfilm actually responded to the whole entire thing that's happening right now within the Star Wars franchise about that big story that broke out just yesterday, and this all comes directly from Clayton Sandel. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a correspondent on ABC, and ABC is actually owned by Disney, and he wanted to go over and clarify a lot of things here, and this is really adding a lot of confusion as to exactly what's really happening. Did the standalone films get put on hold, or did they not get put on hold? So let me get right into this for you guys. The full article will be linked below in the description. Go ahead and check it out. So Clayton Sandel had this to say in the beginning of his story. Now, it goes on to say this: Lucasfilm sources on Thursday characterized as inaccurate a report that future Star Wars movies falling outside of the regular trilogy storyline, episodes 1 to 9, have been put on hold in the wake of the box office underperformance of Solo: A Star Wars Story. So Clayton Sandel is stating that Lucasfilm is apparently saying that that story was inaccurate, that these movies were put on hold. They wouldn't say what movies they really were because, you know, they can't announce anything yet. But moving on forward, this is what Lucasfilm had to say to Clayton Sandel, in which Clayton Sandel actually reported in his article. Once again, linked below. So this is what he had to say. So Lucasfilm told ABC News there are still multiple Star Wars films currently in development that have not been officially announced. Those projects are moving forward, separate from an already announced Star Wars trilogy being overseen by The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, and another series of movies from Game of Thrones producers David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Now, that's what Lucasfilm had to say to Clayton Sandel. He's a correspondent, he's a reporter for ABC, in which Disney owns ABC, so that makes sense. Now, there's a lot of confusion today over all of this as to exactly what's really going on. Now, though Lucasfilm, when they told Clayton Sandel about this whole entire thing, of course they're not going to mention the Obi-Wan movie, of course they're not going to mention the Boba Fett movie. Those haven't been really officially announced on StarWars.com as of yet. However, now everything that we have heard a couple of months ago, all thanks to The Hollywood Reporter, is that of course the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie was in active development. And recently, from Omega Underground I believe it was, we learned that Stephen Daldry, the director, apparently walked away from the project. Not quite sure how accurate that is, but apparently he walked away from the project sometime before Solo: A Star Wars Story's release date. So it really does raise a lot of questions as to what's really happening within the Star Wars franchise, and I think that the best way to just really clarify things is to just give us a roadmap, right? Disney, give us a roadmap of where Star Wars is going after Episode 9. Like I say, I mean, when we heard about The Force Awakens, you know, we knew what was coming ahead of it. We knew that, you know, Rogue One was going to be a thing. We knew that there was going to be supposedly a Han Solo movie in the works, and that ended up to be true as well. We knew that Episode 9 was obviously coming. So, after Episode 9, we need that roadmap, and I feel like right now it's about time that we do get that roadmap. This way we can at least have some sense of security as to what's coming at what year. So, apparently, according to Lucasfilm, what they told Clayton Sandel is that, you know, multiple movies are already currently in development and are moving forward that are not a part of the new trilogies from Rian Johnson and the D&D trilogy. So these are multiple Star Wars movies currently in the works aside from those new trilogy movies. Right then and there, that tells us that most likely they are talking about the standalone movies, though nothing's really concrete here. It's a little cryptic because they obviously can't just flat out say, yes, the Obi-Wan movie is coming, and yes, the Boba Fett movie is coming. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this whole entire thing that's going around right now on the story, by Collider, and what Lucasfilm had to say in a response to that by telling this to Clayton Sandel, who's a part of ABC. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.